This video is a post for changing a light bulb in a 2002 headlight, a Subaru driver's side. Last year I posted the passenger side. It was the first time I did it, so it wasn't really that well. I had at least one comment that said it wasn't that clear. So this year I figured, since I know what I'm doing now, I could maybe do a little better job of showing you how it's done, because it's something that I haven't found on the internet that anybody posted. So we'll get started here. Anyhow, you got to take this off. This is the bucket for the headlight. The opposite side is similar. There's a couple things you have to remove. This, I thought maybe I had to remove the battery, but I don't. Anyhow, this is the bucket, or the container that contains the high and low beam bulbs. This one has a high beam, or no, the low beam needs replaced in it. It's not working. My wife got pulled over last night by a police officer. He told her light wasn't working. You gotta just turn it just enough, and it doesn't matter clockwise or counterclockwise, because it goes just, there's a latch in there it catches on. It's a little bit tough. And once you get that off, and there's just a certain area in there it's got to catch just right to come off. You just got to keep working at it. You don't want to put too, you got to put enough pressure, but you got to watch. You don't want to break these plastic lips off here. It don't look like it needs to turn very much, actually. So, and it does have on it open, and then it says lock. It shows either way. And it has an arrow here that points to, right now I do not see where it points. I don't know if it's to the side, up and down. I have no idea where that arrow is supposed to point. But I'm sure if there was a mark there it would help. But anyhow, getting back to the light bulbs. Let me get something to point with so you can see my hands are in the way there. This here, that's the low beam. And this bigger light down here is a high beam. Which, that just pops out. You can just take out, turn it. And it comes right out. And that's the high beam, which is a way bigger bulb. Little latch right here. You just press on that, and the bulb comes right out. Which, that's all there is to it. And like I say, that little latch is right there on the back. But this bulb is good. Now you can pull the wire off the low beam bulb, which is that one, which the cover must have come off, but it's not that big of a deal anyway. That's the power wire, and then the red wire is a ground, which that might not be the same in all vehicles. You can remove both of them, just get them out of your way. The one that goes on the light bulb is the wire that's coming off the high beam. There's 3 wires, or 2 wires together. That's your power wire that goes to the light bulb. And as far as the light bulb coming out, you can still see it's in there, I hope. Yeah. You can still see that's the light bulb right there. And there's just a little lever here. It's tough too. Not tough, but it's, if you don't know how it's done, it could be tough. I'm using this so you can see what I'm trying to do here. It's just, maybe I'm using this just to push down, push in and down to unhook it. It takes quite a bit of pressure. You can see it come out there. And there's the light bulb. And that's just the thing that flips over, that holds the light bulb in. That's all that is. That's all that is. And that's your light bulb. And you can see that one is burned out, definitely. Now I don't know, they used to say not to handle these, not to get the oil from your skin on them, but I don't see nowhere where it's telling me that, but I'm still going to try to avoid touching it. But I just try to make sure it's the same wattage. It's not going to be too hot a bulb that was original, because you never know. They'll sell you something different. For some reason they like doing that. Anyhow, you can just take the bulb, and there's a knob, 2 knobs on there that gives you the direction it should go. And I don't think it matters if it goes this way or this way, but I'm going to find that out here in a second. It certainly doesn't look like it matters. And all you have to do is flip that. You're best to get rid of them wires to get them out of your way, because it is tough enough to get this in here. I know if the battery was out here, it'd be a lot easier. I'm too lazy to take the battery out. And that's it. It's in. All you do is reconnect your two wires, which this is clips onto the light. Tight. And then the red one clips onto your ground. And that one wanted to come back off for some reason. Might not be tight enough. Try it one more time. Yeah, it's popping right off. Since that's the case, that means these are opened up a little bit too much. And if that's the case, you want to squeeze it together a little bit. Don't squeeze it at the end where you first put it on. Squeeze it back to the back. And just be gentle with it. Just a little bit. The reason you squeeze it to the back, you leave the front still open. And that way it'll be at a taper, so it'll still slide on and then tighten up for you. Hopefully. Yeah, that's nice and tight now. That wasn't the problem. The bulb was definitely burned out. And then I can just, I didn't actually have to remove this, but I did it just to show you. And you'll know if they're in there, because it does seal pretty tight. They all have O-rings on them. Then the cover just goes back on. It turned just enough to get them clips to line up the whole way around. It looks like it's lined up. Now I just gotta turn it into place. Which I'm gonna tell you, it takes a little bit of muscle there. At least on this one. And that's it. The other side's basically the same thing. So I hope that can help somebody.